I'm here taking a coffee break because that's what my welder is doing right now. I've gone on so long that I found my machine's duty cycle. Duty cycle is a way that we rate welding machines, and it's how many minutes out of a 10-minute period usually you can actively run your machine at a given amperage. So like if it's got a 30% duty cycle, like my little Lincoln Pro MIG does, that means I can run 3 minutes solid out of a 10-minute window. There are much bigger machines like we had in industry that you can run for a lot more minutes out of a 10-minute window. And it's not as much about amperage, although that's how we measure it, as it is about heat, because as you're welding, it's not just the work being done here at the arc that gets hot, it's all of the guts inside of the machine that I don't really understand, the rectifier and the transformers, stuff like that. It needs a little bit of time to cool off, so it's time for me to have a break too. Sometimes you can obviate this problem a little bit by jumping around with your welding, which you normally do. Rarely do you run bead after bead after bead. I don't think I've ever run one of our industrial big flux core and water-cooled TIG machines. I never found the duty cycle on those because rarely were you running beads that long. And when we did, they could handle. This is just my little hobby machine, but here I'm putting bark on this sculpture. I'll give you an update. Got it back yet? Nope, it needs to rest for 7 minutes. This is the sculpture that I'm working on for the Penn State Arboretum. It is still in the position that I put in my last update, but now there's a whole bunch of welding on it. And that's why I haven't really done an update, because that's all I'm doing. Is weld, after weld, after weld, after weld, weld, and then some more weld all around this. I'm kind of going in between them, leaving some space, because what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to try to pick this up and set it upside down somehow and keep running downhand, uphill, so it's running both ways, this way and that way. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. I guess if you're a welder and you look really closely at the ripples, you'd be like, oh look, she ran it up and down. Super fun part is I don't have to be really careful, because even though I'm blowing holes in it, getting spatter, shove some stick rod in there, I beat the flux off and stuff that in there just to fill the gap. It's gonna look cool. Look at those turds. That's gonna look cool as a stick. I stuck a couple of little blind ends on there as though the branches have broken off. It's shaping up okay. I'm pretty happy. This is how tall it is. I think I'm still 5'7". This is how big it is. It's the biggest one I've done yet. So as always, thank you very much for all the support that I get on all my platforms. Oh, and we're back in business. Okay, bye.